Welcome to Get Angels Fly, Tarot and More. Excuse me, my name is Nancy. And today I'm here to talk about fitting into high society. I will be using Nas X, Meghan Markle, and Kamala Harris to discuss this topic. At this time, I ask you to please like my content, to share my channel with others, and if you have not already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Once you've subscribed, please go to my home page and locate the notification bell and click on it. So whenever I go live or upload a video, you will be alerted. If you're interested in supporting me and my work, you can feel free to cash at me. My cash app is $ Can Angels Fly Tarot. It will be on the screen when I go live or come into view. If you're ever interested in ordering your own personal tarot reading, you can do so by emailing me. My email is canangelsfly1@gmail.com. All the details that you need to order your own personal tarot reading is below this video. Thank you. Hello. Once again, welcome to Can Angels Fly Tarot and more. Let's see. Right now, I just want to do a quick sound check. Angels Fly, Tarot, and more. Okay. Sounds pretty good. Okay. Now, on March 26th, 2021, I do believe a rap artist named Little Nas X released a song and video. And the song is called Call Me By Your Name. I want to start this particular live stream by reading the lyrics to the song. And I want to warn you that it's quite graphic. I want to warn you it's quite graphic. So if you're under 18, I ask you to leave my channel, at least for this part. Okay, if you type and comment at this time, I won't be able to see it because I'm going over to another tab so that I can read the lyrics. And not only am I going to read the lyrics, I'm going to decode them. And his song, Call Me By Your Name, is going to help me gauge my way through the remainder of this video and answering the question, or talking about the subject rather, of fitting into high society. The lyrics to Montreal, Call Me By Your Name by Little Nas X. The first verse goes, I caught it bad yesterday. You hit me with a call to your place. Ain't been out in a while anyway. Was hoping I could catch you throwing smiles in my face. Okay, I'm gonna read that again. Let's try it one more time. I caught it bad yesterday. You hit me with the call to your place. Ain't been out in a while anyway. Was hoping I could catch you throwing smiles in my face. Romantic talking. You didn't even have to try. You're cute enough to F-U-C-K with me tonight. Looking at the table, all I see is weed and white baby. You living the life. But Nicka, N-I-C-C-A for me, you ain't living right. Cocaine and drinking with your friends. You live in the dark, boy. I cannot pretend I'm not fazed. Only here to sin. If Eve ain't in your garden, you know that you can. Call me when you want. Call me when you need. Call me in the morning. I'll be on the way. Call me when you want. Call me when you need. Call me out by your name. I'll be on I'll be I'll be on the way like or whatever, a bunch of M's. The second verse goes A-Y-Y, whatever that is. Yay. I want to sell what you buy. I want to feel your ASS in Hawaii. I want to jet lag. I want that jet lag from FUCK and fly. Shoot a child in my mouth while I'm riding. Oh, why me? A sign of the times every time that I speak. A dime and a nine. It was mine every week. What a time and incline. God was shining on me. Now I can't leave. And now I'm acting hella elite. Never want the Nicka, N-I-C-C-A for me. That's in my league. I want a FUCK, the ones I envy. Cocaine and drinking with your friends. You live in the dark, boy. I cannot pretend. I'm not fazed. Only here to sin. If Eve ain't in your garden, you know that you can. Call me when you want. Call me when you need. Call me in the morning. I'll be on the way. Call me when you want. Call me when you need. Call me out by your name. I'll be on the way like post chorus. Says, oh, call me by your name. A bunch more M's. Tell me you love me in private. Call me by your name. More M's. I don't care if you lie. I think that's the end of the song. What was I just doing? I was reading the lyrics to Little Nas X recent hit. I think it's a hit called Call Me By Your Name. Now I read it and I want to go back through it and I want to decode it. I'll say this. I sat with these lyrics for a moment. I still need to sit because it's a few things I don't understand. But one thing I do understand, hey, George, let me stop and read the chat. Say, hello, Nancy. Ironically, when your notifications popped up, the song Strange Magic by the group ELO was playing, and you got to hear it. It's very fitting, don't you think, Nancy? I'm going to have to, oh, shoot, God. As soon as I'm sorry for clapping my hands, I probably echo real loud. As soon as I started this video, every single time, my kids pulled up, the dog started barking, and I'm ready to cut a fit. I'm trying to chill out. I'm going to have to listen to that song, George. I don't think I'm familiar with it. And thank God you weren't having too much trouble today like yesterday. You spoke too soon. They kept going. No, she dropped off and kept going. So they came in loud. Hope they don't just come in really loud. Okay. So what I realized after, pondering on his lyrics is that he has been in an affair with a down low affair. Now, Lil Nas came out a few years back, I think 2017 with Old Town Road or 2019 with the song Old Town Road. It was a big hit, and shortly after, he, let everybody know that he was gay. And so it's, no surprise when one reads the lyrics and when they realize he's actually sending a message out to somebody in particular. And he kind of points out who that particular person is has written a song about. But anyway, he has been in an affair with a down low person. Lil Nas is not the down low person. He's out in the public about his sexuality. He's a gay male, but he's in a relationship with a person who's on the down low. So right now, I'm going to try to describe what being on the down low is, if I have the capability of doing so. A person that's on a down low is a person that is not open about their sexuality, who they prefer to sleep with. And in such cases, the person likes to have sexual liaisons or relationships with their same sex. Meaning a man could, in public act like, all day long he likes women, or he's with women, or he's married, or he has a girlfriend. But in actuality, he really, really likes men. He likes to have sexual relationships with men, or intimate, I'll say, relationships with men. But he's not open about it. So what he does is he, in the public's eye, he lives out this traditional lifestyle with the opposite sex. And then on the sneak tip, goes out and have his liaisons or his affairs with the same sex. Okay, so that's what a down low person is. So what am I saying? I'm saying little Nas X is open about his sexuality. He's a gay male. He has been at some point in time in an affair with a down low man, another person. Now I'm going back and I'm going to read the lyrics and break it down so you can see that he's been in this relationship with this down low person. Okay, back to verse 1. Lil Nas starts off saying, hey, I caught it bad yesterday. What did he catch bad? Well, when we read the rest of the lyrics, we'll understand what he caught bad. He said, you hit me with a call to your place. So imagine Lil Nas in a relationship or affair with a man that's on the down low. And so he don't know when he going to be able to see him, when they going to be able to meet up and get booed up, and be intimate. So all of a sudden, the lover, the down low person, calls him. He says, you hit me with a call to your place. Like, whoo, it's on and popping. So he did what? He caught it bad yesterday, meaning, burning with his passion and desire to, touch base with his lover, his secret lover. Anyway, the lyrics go on and say, ain't been out in a while anyway. So what is he referring to? Is he referring to just going out shopping or to the club, in general? No, he's talking about, I haven't been out in a while to actually touch base with the lover or the secret lover. I ain't been out to see you in a while. Anyway, the lyrics go on and says, was hoping I could catch you throwing smiles in my face. So what is Lil Nas saying here? He's saying, hey, once this secret lover called, I ain't seen him in so long. I was excited and I couldn't wait to get around him so I could see him smiling at me, so I could be in his presence. You know what I'm saying? They love us. He goes on and talks about and states romantic talking. And then what happens when they get together? Not only is they skinning and grinning at each other and flirting and the chemistry flowing, they having romantic talk. That's usually a little like dirty talk, or what they call it, seduction, like verbal seduction and things like that, and body language. And then the next statement is, you don't even have to try. Like, you ain't even gotta try. You cute enough to F-U-C-K with me tonight. What is he saying about this secret lover? He's saying, okay, you ain't got to really even try hard with the romantic talking and all the skinning and grinning. He said, you so fine, secret lover, that I'm just ready to have a, sexual relationship tonight, the night we get together after a long while. I go on reading the lyrics. It says, looking at the table, all I see is weed and white baby. It says, you living the life, but Nicka, N-I-C-C-A for me, but not for him. That could be a clue to his secret lover. Is his secret lover N-I-C-K CCA for me. Is his lover a Nigga in the rap song, which has been synonymous with the African American person, a black person. Possible clue. Oh, anyway, it goes on and says, you ain't living right. So let me try to read that all the way through again before I decode it. It says, looking at the table, all I see is weed and white baby. You living a life, but nigga, you ain't living right. So what is Lil Nas sharing with us at this point in time in his song? He's saying that, after he get the call from his secret lover, he get himself together, he make his way to them, and they smiling and cooing and romantic talking. But Lil Nas say, hey, you ain't have to go through all that because you so fine, ready to get it in tonight. He says, he lets us know when he enters into his secret lover's house or their meeting place, he says when he look around to see is he see weed and cocaine on the table. He said he living a life. He's a baller. This person, this secret lover, is a baller. They got, could you imagine, bricks of weed and, I don't know, ounces of cocaine. I don't know how I saw grams of cocaine or whatever. And he living a life. So I just imagine going to this fancy 5-star hotel, possibly, this is my imagination running with me. And when he walk in, is white baby everywhere and weed smoke, and they got bottles of Moet, you know how the ballers do. Anywho, but he said, you ain't right. You ain't living right. Why is he saying that this secret lover is not living right? It's number one, I'm going to say this. Number one, his secret lover is what? On the down low. And I'm going to leave it like that for now. I go on to read the next, of course. It says cocaine and drinking with your friends. So his secret lover is a popular person. Were his secret lover's friends present in their meeting place? It is possible, but it could just be that Lil Nas was witnessing the leftovers as far as the cocaine and drinking, glasses laying everywhere, and everybody, they been partying, and the party end, everybody go home, then the lover call him because he drunk, high, and ready to get freaky. That's the kind of imagery I see with my imagination running away from me. He says, okay, so you get with your friends, and you got the cocaine, and you're drinking with you and your friends. He says, you live in the dark, boy. He says, you live in the dark, boy. I can't pretend. So what is he saying there? He says, hey, there you have aspects of your life that are hidden from even your friends. The friends that you got, like this secret lover has multiple layers of hidden aspects of their life. One can imagine, at least I imagine, that this secret lover is a black high scale black male, or a popular or famous or wealthy black male that probably has a traditional life with a woman and probably some kids. And then this secret lover sneaks off away from home or on the road, depending on what their work is. And when they're away from home, then they get with their friends. Their friends know them as a married man, but his friends know that he's also, this secret lover uses cocaine and drink a lot around these friends. But what these friends probably don't know is that the secret lover has another secret or another level to his life that they're not involved with. So the wife ain't involved with nothing that's real, but we'll get there. So after the secret lover then partied with his friends that know about the wife and kids back home, they've been snorting cocaine and drinking. Once that party end and they go home, then he calls Lil Nas. Lil Nas come over. Remember, the secret lover is on the down low. He's having sex with another man. His friends don't know, the ones he do the cocaine and drinking with, and his wife and kids back at home don't know. But I continue. So anyway, Lil Nas say, you ain't living right. And why is this person not living right? Why? Because they on the down low. Okay, so I'm going to start that course again and continue. If you're typing in the comments, I can't see it now because I have another tab open to read the lyrics and interpret them. So I'm going to go on. Cocaine and drinking with your friends. You live in the dark, boy. I can't pretend. I'm not phased. Only here to sin. What else is Lil Nas sharing? That he ain't with the cocaine and stuff and all that drinking. He ain't with that. So he he ain't even phased about that. He can't pretend that this person is not on drugs. But he said, who said it? Lil Nas said, I'm here to sin. What kind of sin are we talking about? We're talking about sexual exploitations, nights of passion, raw passion with what? His secret download lover. He said, I'm here to sin. Now check out this next verse. Pay attention. If Eve ain't in your garden, I repeat, if Eve ain't in your garden, you know that you can. What is he saying there? He's saying to this secret lover, said, if your wife ain't around, you know that you can play with me. You know what I'm saying? You know that we can have these nights of passion, long as Eve ain't in your garden. Going on, reading the next chorus, he says, call me when you want, call me when you need, call me in the morning. I'll be on the way. Call me when you want. Call me when you need. Call me out by your name. Call me out by your name. That's the part I'm not really getting. Call me out by your name. I'll be on the way, like all these hymns. So let me kind of interpret that. What Lil Nas is saying is that he really got feelings or passions for this secret lover, and he will be at his beck and call. Call him whenever he ready. He gonna get up and he gonna come, just like he did at the beginning of his song. Okay. On to the next verse. He said that A-Y-Y, whatever that is, says, I want to sell what you buy. Now that statement right there, those lyrics right there, play back in two ways. One, we go back. We know that the secret lover is a drug addict. They snort cocaine. So that's saying, but we know in the other lyrics, Lil Nas said, I ain't pretending, you living wrong. And what else he said about this secret lover? He dare to sin. He dare to sin. So he's like, Lil Nas doesn't really agree with his lover being on drugs and having, participating in this excessive drinking. He says, so we know that Lil Nas is not telling him, hey, I'm going to sell you some drugs or I'm going to sell you some drinks. He telling him, I'm going to sell him some love. That's what he's saying. He says, I want to sell what you're buying. Remember, Nas is his secret lover. I want to sell what you're buying. It's interesting. Oh my God. He really putting his relationship out here with his love affair out here with somebody, it seems, about somebody. Anyway, it goes on. He says, I want to feel your ASS in Hawaii. Why did he choose Hawaii? Who knows? But we do know Hawaii is a hot vacation spot for what? Romance and different things, a hideaway, a getaway. And that suggests to me that over the course of his romance with this secret lover, at some point in time, they've gone to Hawaii. So this particular line or verse suggests to me that Lil Nas is reflecting upon a time that they went vacationing. They snuck off together to an exotic place, and he got to do what? Rub on his ASS. I continue. He says, I want that jet lag. Why would he have jet lag? Because obviously they've been fooling around for a while, jet setting from here to there to different exotic places to meet up. It goes on. And FUCKing and flying. He's saying, hey, this person is such a baller that they must have their own jet. I'm looking at all the clues, y'all. So what are he giving us clues? He then talked about this person being very secretive about their life on different levels. He's talked about this person being a drug addict or user and alcohol user, excessive alcohol user. He has talked about, basically it's something about the secret lover's smile because he's referenced that. But it was something else. Well, anyway, back to the jet lag and the flying. Remember, Little Nas in the previous line talks about or refers to Hawaii. Again, they have these excursions, these getaways, these escapes to exotic places. So the jet lag suggests that they've been flying quite a different time zones. Jet lags happen when you cross time zones. So they've been they've been jet setting across the world, maybe, for some time. And I say that it is I believe that his secret lover is wealthy enough to have his own private jet or be able to rent a private jet. Why do I say that? Because he say, hey, we be FUCKing and flying, meaning that's a private suite, so to say, to be FUCKing and flying. I'll go on. Now, y'all listen. This is Will It Get Vulgar. If you're under 18, leave now, because the song get real vulgar. The next lyrics read as follows. It says, shoot a child in my mouth while I'm riding. Oh, why me? Whoa, why me? I repeat, say, shoot a child in my mouth while I'm riding. Well, let me see. I'll try not to be too graphic. But what Lil Nas is sharing in this line is some of the sexual practices that him and his secret lover partake in. Now we're possibly talking about a man that has a wife and child at home. He has friends that don't know his true sexual preference, but Lil Nas does. And Lil Nas know that Lil Nas gives this person fellatio. Lil Nas X gives this secret lover fellatio because he says in the lyrics, he says, shoot a child in my mouth. Where do children come from? They come from what? Semen. Shoot a child in my mouth while I'm riding. Now, I just don't know how, my imagination is not that wild. How is the person going to shoot a child in Lil Nas' mouth while riding? Best I can come up with is the old-fashioned 69. 69. Hopefully you understand what I'm saying. Anywho, he said, oh, why me? Why me? Anyway, I go on reading the remainder of the lyrics and decoding them. He says, a sign of the times every time I speak. A sign of the times every time I speak. What does that mean? He's saying, okay, I got to do some Bible referencing right here. In the final days, the Bible says in the final days, people will be lovers like of the same sex. And it'll be homosexuality and people will be inflamed and, be partaking in all types of, what they call it, I don't have the Bible verses, but unnatural sexual practices. That's what the Bible talks about, unnatural sexual practices that occur between same-sex couples. And so he says, a sign of the times, which is a biblical reference. Every time I speak, he said, every time I speak, I am telling the story about this biblically unmoral relationship. What is that? Man with man land with man, and different things like that. Okay. Goes on. This is one of the lines I don't truly understand. I thought I did, but I don't. But I'll read it. It says a dime, a little dime, a dime. Is a dime here? A dime and a nine. It was mine every week. So, anyway, I'll read the next line and tell you what I think it means. A dime and a nine. It was mine every week. That's an allowance. What a time. What a time. And incline, God was shining on me. So what I believe he was saying is that he was a kept lover. He was a secret lover and he was a kept lover. His secret lover, I do believe, is well-to-do. And the secret lover spoiled him. He literally kept him. A dime and a nine talks about he didn't have any financial worries or had to work protection. He didn't have to worry about any of that because what? Every 2 weeks, I mean, every week. I'm sorry, it was every week it was his. So he got his allowance every single week from the lover. He was kept. And during that time period that he was kept in the highest of quality, he said, God was shining on me. If you watched my live yesterday, I talked about experiencing heaven on earth. Sounds to me like Little Nas has had that same experience. A physical life experience that lets a person know that there is a real live heaven. Because he said right there, a dime and a nine. It was mine every week. What a time. Incline. God was shining on me. The next thing he says is, now I can't leave. This thing got so goddamn good, now I can't leave. What did I tell y'all yesterday? Now, I just read the lyrics today. When I read this, I was like, oh my God. I was just talking about this yesterday. He said once he got that type of life, all the liberties that luxury and comfort bring you, you can't let that go. And I was talking about it yesterday in the live stream, referring to people that just during this pandemic, they got unemployment and got more money in their life for the first time. Some of them got more money than they ever have had in their life for the first time. It's hard. You can't let it go. He said, nah, I can't leave. I can't leave this. He can't leave the good loving. He can't leave the attention. And he can't leave them money. All the gifts. He says, and now I'm acting hella elite. He said, I'm walking around acting elite. What I tell you, when you get that money and you hit a certain level and you experience what it is to have, you be thinking you the Don Dada. And he stated right here, he said he became a Don Dada. But he says it's like this. And now I'm acting hella elite. Walking around feeling himself. Anyway, I go on. Never want a nigga, N-I-C-C-A for me, but not for him. Never want a nigga that's in my league. I want a F-U-C-K, the ones I envy, I envy. What is he saying right there? He's saying everybody that's in his league, where he comes from, have shared life experiences, lifestyle, maybe come from the same region or have the same level of education and world exposure. He don't want them. He don't want them. He says, I want a F-U-C-K, the ones I envy, the ones that is out here getting it. Remember, he talks about the secret lover and say, you living that life, but you ain't living the right life, but you living that life. You got, what do you call it? Baby white or baby, whatever it was, powder, the cocaine everywhere and weed and drinking, popping bottles of Moet, got a jet. You living that life. I envy you and I want you at the same time. Okay. And I want to talk a little bit further about when he shares in this song, when he said, I never want Knicks in my league. Several days ago, I did a birth chart interpretation for Little Nas. And it showed that he at some point in time came up in the projects. So when he states that he doesn't want people in his league, you have to look at his whole life. If he has experienced life living in the projects, he has been from a broken home. Well, most likely in his environment, many of his peers or potential romantic interests probably had the same experiences. Probably stuck with low paying jobs and everything and lacking education and that kind of things like that. So when they say somebody in his league, he's referring, he don't want that. He has had the best of the best, and that's all he wants. So I go on to finish reading the lyrics to the song, Call Me By Your Name, and then I'll continue with this live by, reading my chat, and then going into the next phase of this video, building upon understanding about fitting into high society. Okay. Cocaine and drinking with your friends. You live in the dark, boy. I cannot pretend. I'm not phased, only here to sin. If Eve ain't in your garden, you know that you can. We've already gone over that. I've decoded that. And what what this reoccurring chorus talks about again is how his secret lover is on drugs and is a drinker, and that's what his friends. But he also has this other hidden aspect of his life, and that is that he's down low. And Lil Nas say, I can't act like it doesn't faze me that you use drugs and probably drink quite heavily, but I'm here to sin. I'm here to get mad. I'm here to get fulfill my passions and desires. I'm only here to sin. He said, we can do that. You know we can do that long as Eve, the wife, ain't around. The song goes on and says, call me when you want, call me when you need, call me in the morning, I'll be on the way. Call me when you want, call me when you need, call me out by your name. I'll be on the way like, is there some, oh, go ahead. Okay. Well, we already have gone over that as well. And he's just saying, I'm going to be available whenever you call. I know I'm a secret, but I'm coming. I'm coming. Because what he say earlier in the song, he said, I can't leave. Not after the good loving, not after being kept. I can't leave this. The next course and the very last course that I'll be decoding goes like this. It says, oh, call me by your name. A bunch of M's. It says, tell me you love me in private. I repeat. It says, tell me you love me in private. Well, why might Little Nas let this other person know that they can tell him that they love him in private? It is because what? The secret lover, is on the down low. Now, he's on the down low from his wife and possible children. And the secret lover is also on the down low from his friendship circle, his primary friendship circle. The last two lines says, call me by your name. Some more M's. It says, I do not care if you lie. He said, Lil Nas say, I don't even care if you lie. Just tell me you love me when me and you are together. Now shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Hello, everyone. While giving oral. I'm like, how does that work? How does that work? 10 and 9, 19. Oh, let me go back and read the lyrics. Okay, high rise of vibration. Right now, rise of vibration suggests that the 10 and the 9 could be 19. The dime and a 9. Where is it? Okay, it says a dime and a 9. It was mine every week. Okay, that it says, because what a time. He say, what a time. You may very well be right if you were saying that he's giving us an age from the moment he was kept. And so this has been, whoa, hold on. I think because he was born in 1999, the same year as my twins, April. So he just turned 22. So he was 21. If it is, since he was 19 to 20, 21, 2 years ago. 2 years ago was 2020 and 2019. Hold on. I'm about to look at something. When did the song Old Town Road come out? 2019. So this love affair, if you what you suggested, Rise of Vibration is correct. Since 2019, he met this person that he's had this intense love affair with since he was 19 years old. I missed that. I couldn't get that. You say 10 and 9, 19 years meeting with person, or he started up at 19 years old. He started up at 19 years old in 2019 when he was making that song, Old Town Road. Ain't that something? He done told it all in this video. He wanted in love with and taken advantage of. Yep, that seems like he's young. While riding BJ's in car. By your name is a pet name. Oh, a nickname, a pet name, a nickname. Oh, I see. Girl, that's what I'm talking about. Woo. So, okay, let me see if I can move this one along. I started with reading the lyrics to Little Nas X song, Montreux, Call Me By Your Name, because what it showed me was that Little Nas is not a part of high society. As mentioned the other day, I did a birth chart reading on Little Nas, and what I learned is that he came from what do you call it, low or minimal beginnings, and he had some difficulties coming up. He is emotionally secure or I'm going to say he's just emotionally uncure, emotionally wounded in some way. And his birth chart shows that he really doesn't have an interest in healing his emotional wounds. He believes that he can feel those emotional wounds with the void that is there with material wealth, goods, and fame and things like that. So maybe some of us should just pray for him, that life goes well for him. But in all of his wealth and his obtaining wealth and fame and acclaim and all that, he still is not a part of high society. And I understand that he's not a part of high society because he hasn't climbed through the appropriate ranks to be sanctioned as a member of high society. In his song that I just decoded, it suggests that someone that he is involved with, I don't know if that person is of high society, but it is the person is of a much higher social class than that from which Little Nas X came from. The secret lover, again, seems to be wealthy enough to keep cocaine and, popping bottles and jet setting across the world. So, and also able to keep him in the highest quality, meaning Little Nas, remember he said in the song, hey, I was loved by God. It was so good. I was loved by God, basically. So I want to move on for a minute to Meghan Markle. Now, about a month or so ago, I did a birth chart interpretation of Meghan Markle. I never created a video to share my findings relative to Meghan Markle when everything was the spotlight was on her and her husband. I never did it. So I want to insert what I learned about Meghan Markle relative to fitting in high society. I don't know if the viewer can see the image on the side of me, but it's an image of high society, a high society party from probably like the 1900s. High society party. How do people get on the guest list to attend a high society party? Well, I've always wondered that. And I found the answer in Meghan Markle's birth chart. How are you a person become a sanctioned, a socially sanctioned affiliate? Let me try to explain what I mean by socially sanctioned affiliate. I'm talking about approved to be able to marry the prince, approved to be able to marry a king. I'm talking about approved to be able to become a standing member of the elite society. How do these people get into these societies or this grouping of people? Well, again, it was revealed in Meghan Markle's birth chart. What I saw in Meghan Markle's birth chart was that number one, the family that she was born into. Now, please be patient with me because I'm not going to be able to be exact and very detailed because it's been so long since I did the research. So I'm going to try to convey what I discovered through analyzing Meghan Meghan Markle's birth chart. Meghan Markle's parents, see, who she is goes back into who her parents were. It seems to me that her mother is not the bridge or the catalyst to her ultimately becoming a part of high society. It's her father. And I'm going to say this, based on what I was reading during that time, and I said I was going to go back to it, but y'all know I've been procrastinating. So, but now take this with a grain of sand. I ain't trying to offend nobody. But I was like, it almost seemed to me that her father was like, he's a capitalistic, opportunist, entrepreneur, and a pimp. P-I-M-P, pimp. I will play 50 Cent song right now, P-I-M-P, if I could. Thank you, was a pimp. So anyway, Meghan Markle, so what I'm saying, Meghan Markle is not the first person in her family lineage to be a part of high society. If I'm not mistaken, her grandparents worked for, I don't really remember, like a upscale department store or something like that, like an elevator person. Either her grandparents or somebody worked for a high scale department store as an elevator operator, but it was when I was reading the information and researching it, it seemed like there was some things, left out. It was some things left out. What am I saying? I'm saying this family member or her family members had exposure to elitist people, and it was generational. You know how people get comfortable with you, because remember Meghan Markle's whose father was black? That was her father was black. Now I thought somebody was black and somebody was white. What's the stepfather? Oh God, it's been so long. Because I saw the picture of the family and of the, I'll say her. Was that, no. I know one of them was supposed to be white. And one supposed to be black, ain't it? Or something. But I remember seeing her mama. See, it's been so long, I did Kamala Harris, I'm getting confused. Anyway, I know her family worked for an upscale department store or something like that. Anywho, reading in between the lines when I was doing my research, her family was so long standing with the high society back in the day that they became a part of a trusted part of the high society. So by the time Meghan Markle comes along, how can I say? Let me stop. I'm talking about Meghan Markle's family lineage. Her family lineage is composed of both her mother and father's family line lineage. You know what I'm saying? And they had participated with high society for so long that they became common and trustworthy for generations. So by the time it got to Meghan Markle, her ancestors and her grandparents and her parents already knew the moves they had to make for Meghan Markle to become a sanctioned member of high society. Now, how can I explain this even further? Well, let me see what I can pull up in my notes that I can remember. Where the true evidence began to emerge that revealed how to become a standing member of high society, it began to really emerge when being led in my research. Hi, Jay. Hey, Jay for Josh. How you doing? Is when I was led to her education. What do you call it? her educational accomplishments, the universities that she attended. Anywho, and I may not very well use the right terminology. Where is that? This is just Meghan Markle. Now, true influencers are as real experts. So another thing I want to point out here to make sure you are understanding what I'm talking about is that on my channel, I often talk about how there is a sector of people in society that's very broad. And these people are experts, and these experts come from all over the world and all races, nationalities. They're in every field. So these are the people that I'm talking about at this time, and how they are a part of high society. Anyway, let's see. I don't want to get it confused, but again, my note's so old. But Meghan Markle, I think, if I got this written right, she attended Northwest University, which is a part of the Big Ten Conference. Let's see. History of Northwest meeting. Okay. I don't want to do that, but I need to. Okay. What do I need to do? I want to talk about Western University. In 1850, May 31st, 1850, there was a board of high society folks that came together and established the Northwestern region of the Big Ten, or the Big Ten Conference. How do I do it? Let me see how I can do it. In 1850, those who were high in society, there was a group of them, or a council of men that came together. And how can I say it? Imagine the United States, but this is all over the world. The United States is broken up into different territories. The territory that I'm talking about right now, relative to 1850, and this council of men coming together from the elite class, came together and created the Northwestern Territory of the United States. This Northwestern, I'm not talking about the university, I'm just talking about the Northwestern Territory, consists of 10 major affiliated or sister universities, as well as their fraternities and sororities. I don't even know if I'm explaining this right. I'm just going to try. Ride away with me, if you will. And these 10 universities, we know them commonly by their sports teams, the college sports teams. That's what I call it, the Big Ten Conference. But it goes deeper than that. The sports team is the surface. It's the surface, it's the face, it's the beard. Let's stop right here. I don't know if this is going to make sense. But think about women that chase NBA players. You know, this is a more low-level field of people. But they still are a part of this, I'll call it a university society. And so people that are, molded. Young people that are molded to attend these 10 Northwest Territory universities are the Atlanta housewives. They are the basketball wives. They are Meghan Markle, and they are Kamala Harris. Let me stop. Kamala Harris. Now this one it was getting so good. I should have not procrastinated and did it when I found it out. Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is not a part or did not attend Northwest University, but she attended the other region. What's the other region? Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. I didn't write it down. Oh my God. Hold on, y'all. I really want to convey this here. This whole concept. Interesting. Let's see if I can go to what you call it? What do I go to all the time? Wikipedia. No, where's my Wikipedia? Hold on, y'all. I gotta find my Wikipedia. Here you go. What I'm trying to do is find out what university she went to, because she went to the other region. Remember, in the United States is broken up into sectors. And the same stands true when it comes to Kamala Harris. She too is where she is, and it came up in her birth chart as a direct result of her family lineage. But it came, if I'm not mistaken, if I recall correctly, it came through her mother, where Meghan Markle's, I do believe, came through her father. Kamala Harris, she is where she is now because of her father's lineage. And that is to say social connections. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to see. School. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, schooling. Personal life. What am I doing, y'all? I'm on Wikipedia trying to find the university that catapulted early career. Okay, catapulted Kamala Harris into being a member, a sanctioned member of high society. No, not that one. Is this? Where is it at? Was it Berkeley? No, I don't think it was Berkeley. Which one was it? Hey, I cannot remember. Oh gosh. I'm sorry, y'all. I cannot remember which one it was, and I got my box so small to be able to fit all the boxes on here, the screens, that I can't see it right now. Anywho, what am I saying? I'm saying the whole globe actually is broken up into different regions. And I'm not talking about regions like the 7 continents or all of the how many of 100 countries that exist. I'm not talking about those type of regions. I'm talking about like north or northwest region, or I don't know, what is the other ones? Eastern, is southeastern, or whatever it is, region. It's broken up like this. What am I talking about right now? Because I know I'm losing it. I'm talking about how a person becomes a high society, a sanctioned high society member. Number one, it is their family lineage is well connected to historically seated people in high society, meaning it doesn't start overnight. It starts through the lineage, over years, over decades, even centuries. So remember, this separation, or not separation, but this mapping of the various territories in the world through the educational system, higher educational system, is how members are herded to join high society. Not all the people that move to become a member of high society make it. And they are the Atlanta housewives or the basketball housewives. They didn't make it into truly high society. But people like Kamala Harris and Meghan Markle were able to. Now, Meghan Markle and Kamala Harris both come from California. All right, let's say this. Meghan Markle went to one region, one university, but these are what they call like Ivy League schools they're on the level of Ivy League schools, but we don't look at some of these universities as Ivy League, like what's the name of the ones? Okay, I've been out of school so long, I don't know, I can't recall, like Stanford, or I'm going to type this in rather than stumbling over my words. Maybe if I type this in, it'll give me something I can recall. Where is that? Not that. Because I'm gonna get this across to y'all so you understand how these people get into high society and how we can identify them now. Let's see if I type this. Big Ten Conference. It's hard. B1G. Let's see. I want it on Google. On Wikipedia. Let's see if it gives it to me. Okay. The Big Ten. Okay. What I have here, what I did was Google Big Ten Conference. This is just a part of the research that I did over a month ago. So ride away with me if you will. What am I talking about? How people become sanctioned members of high society. There's a process. And the process truly starts generations prior to even the birth of any one becoming a high society member. And what is it called? A candidate? A high society candidate. Yeah, high society candidate. That's a good terminology I need. I'm coming to the chat in a minute, y'all. I can't see. High society candidate. Okay, let's see if I can roll now. So, remember, I was talking about I'm going to focus on the United States in order to try to simplify what I'm trying to explain. In the United States is broken up into, it's called the Big Ten Conference, or the B1G. It was established in 1896. Association NCAA, and this is Division 1 I'm about to talk about. And who was a part of Division 1? Meghan Markle is a alumni of Division 1. Okay. And the Big Ten is what I'm going to call this Division 1. Now, mind you, I'm talking about universities. I'm talking about higher education. And this is a process that candidates go through, or people go through to be candidates for membership into high society. I think I said that perfectly. Members to the Division 1 sector, there are 14 plus 2 affiliate members. We're not talking about individual people. We're talking about 14 plus 2 institutions. So each institution may have 30,000, depending on how many students it carries per institution. So we're talking about 16 institutions overall create this Division 1 sector. what? Talking about higher education. Let's see. The region, Division 1 region, is broken up into two sectors: Midwest, Northeast Central, West North Central is under, let me say that again. The first region is Midwest. Under Midwest is Northeast Central, West North Central. The next region is Northeast, and that which is under Northeast is Mid-Atlantic. So these are the different regions in which we find these 16 institutions, educational institutions, higher educational institutions, which is a part of the process a candidate for high society has to go through in order to become sanctioned as a true high society member. Okay. Anywho, Kamala Harris is a part, as mentioned, of Division 1, where Kamala Harris is a part of Division 2. And I was hoping I could find Division 2 with no problem. God dang it, it ain't. As I know it's on the same page. It's just been so long, I can't recall. Okay, what I'm going to read is the Big Ten Conference was established in 1895 when Purdue University President James H. Smart and representatives from the University of Chicago, University of Illinois, University of Michigan, University of Minnesota, Northwest University, and the University of Wisconsin gathered at Chicago's Palmer House Hotel to set policies aimed at regulating collegiate athletics. Let's see. It says in 1899, Indiana University and the University of Iowa joined the conference to increase the membership to 9 schools. And of course, overall it's 16 now, but I'm not going to read anymore. I just wanted to read out loud some of the colleges that are part of this university committee, which is called the Big Ten, was originally called the Big Ten anyway. And the reason I'm doing so, because remember I was saying, hey, we can really identify who the truly high society members are by what? It would be a big endeavor. I'm talking about a really big endeavor. But to have the alumni list from the universities and look at, of course, it would be a huge endeavor. Look at all the graduated alumni of the university and identify where they are at this point in time in their career. Based on their social standing, will allow us at any given time to identify who is truly a high society member or socialite. Okay. Now, let me go over here. I'm going to take a break for a minute. I think I might be on the roll now and ready to explain further because it gets real good. You say, hi, chat. Did Nancy already talk about Lil Nas X trying to launch his satanic Nike shoes with human blood in them? Yes, I did. This is about my 3rd video on it. My 3rd video. He is not playing no games at all, and I ain't mad at him. Get paid. Mislead everybody and get paid. Okay. I'm not going to claim. So, right now, what am I talking about, y'all? I've wondered for quite some time, how do people become a part of the elite class? And I discovered it as a direct result of interpreting Meghan Markle's birth chart. After I researched Meghan Markle, and I couldn't just research Meghan Markle, I had to literally research her as much as her family line as I could. I had to go back as far as I could. So I researched her father and her father's people, and her mother and her mother's people and stuff. And what I discovered is what I've shared here. is that Meghan Markle is who she is today and has her social standing and her husband, her connection with the royal family, as a direct result of her kinfolks, her ancestors. Anywho, Meghan Markle was bred and guided to her current social position. One of the last phases that she had to complete, as does every other person seeking membership into high society, is that they have to attend one of these universities in these various regions that I'm talking about. Of course, they have to excel in whatever their chosen field is, because what? In order to be a member of high society, I've been talking about it all of these years, you must be an expert in some area. Now, when it comes to Meghan Markle, I do believe she's an actress. So I forgot what else she did. However, she earned her degree and has become an expert in her field of choice, being an actress. Mm-hmm. During that whole process, Meghan Markle, her whole life, she's been refined. But it is that university step before truly graduating into a position. Remember, going through the whole university experience, the higher educational experience at these very specific universities, you are associating with people that are out chasing the same goal. Everybody knows what is going on. Oh, yeah. Another thing about what is consistent in Meghan Markle's birth chart and Kamala Harris' birth chart, they are sworn from like childhood. They're brought up in keeping secrets, baby. Keeping secrets. They know so many secrets. I don't know what I did with my Meghan Markle papers, because I should have found them, because it talked about keeping secrets. Let me see. Do I got to hear it a little bit? Oh, another thing about Meghan Markle I found out in her birth chart while I'm here. What am I talking about Meghan Markle for? I'm talking about how she has been trained to be in the position she's in her whole life. She has been trained to be able to pacify established members of high society. I'll repeat that. Meghan Markle and others like herself, like Kamala Harris, have been highly trained to pacify the established members of high society. When I say established members of high society, I'm talking about people that's been there for years, like the Queen, been there for years, been in their seats of power for years, social and political power for years. The first one of the things they're trained on is how to pacify these people, pacify them. Another thing that they're trained on is how to keep these deep, dark secrets. And these deep, dark secrets can be sexual. They can be red rum, red, R-E-D, rum, R-U-M, write it backwards. So they keep these secrets about people's true nature. All of these things are part of their process in going through the, an initiation of being a candidate to become a sanctioned high society member. So they go through this whole process. Oh my goodness, what else? Another reason why candidates, people that become candidates to become members, official members or sanctioned members of high society, why they have to go to these very particular schools. And it's just not universities. It's also high schools and middle schools or home studies. It's very, very specific educational path, a social path. Number one, they are kept away from the rest of society. meaning they're not improperly influenced by the other, I give them 65 percenters. They're never improperly influenced by the other 65 percenters, the sheep or the sheeple of the world. Never, never. Through their whole life. They're very, very, very refined. Their whole process, again, is based on their lineage, and it starts from the moment they pop out the womb until they make it to where they are. The reason why some of them, everybody don't make it, everybody don't graduate from just being a candidate into an official sanctioned high society member. Everybody don't make it. Only a select few. There are only so many spaces every so often. Check this out. So, Meghan Markle and Kamala Harris, they are examples of those that made it over or graduated from being a candidate to an official member of high society. However, you got to remember they are, what do they call them when you're in the police force? Rookies in high society. They're rookies, they new. They don't have any seniority. So they're in these phases of still having to prove themselves, you know what I'm saying? And be to show, what they've learned, and what they know. And so, how can I say this? Oh my God, it goes on deeper, deeper, deeper. How I want to talk about this. So imagine the world, the whole world, all of humanity. There is at least 65% or so or more sheeple. And then there is about 2%ers. I forgot how I broke it down. About 2% of the population. These are the 2%ers, not the 1%ers. The 1%ers are those that have access to extraterrestrial forces, as well as, and they are the highest end of high society. Then under that becomes the remainder of high society. There's the 2%ers, those that make it over again and are established and get some seniority. And on the lower end of that are people like Meghan Markle and Kamala Harris. They're fairly new, but they're still a part of the 2%ers, maybe going into the 3%ers, So the whole world, how do I say this? The whole world at this point in time, there are 7.8 plus billion people. There is a percentage of the world's population that are sheeple. Then there's the 1%ers. They are the ones that have the connection with aliens and things like that. And then it's the 2 to 3%ers. Meghan Markle, Kamala Harris, all over the world. They are bred and trained and follow a very specific and narrow path to their initiation into being a candidate to enter into highest society officially. So what am I saying? I'm saying it's people coming from all over the world. So when I say all over the world, now I got to stop. Remember, I was talking about these Ivy League schools. I'll sum it up like that. And they're broke up into divisions. Division 1 has about 16 institutions. Division 2 might have another 16 institutions, major universities, right? That these people across the world, these 2 to 3%ers, pour into in order to finish their path to prove themselves. But it's not just here in the United States. Those are the 2 regions in the United States. There are other continents in the world. These same type of institutions, conglomerate of institutions exist all over the world. And people are pouring into these institutions based on what they, their area of expertise they're interested in pursuing and where, they come from and, whatever their parents and them work out. Anyway, they got to go through these very specific institutions and they have to become masters and they have to socialize among the like, meaning they never go outside of their social circle, not never. Their whole life, including through high school, middle school, high school, whatever. Never. College, never. They socialize with each other. So let me try to see if I can make this make sense. Now, mind you, this is the 2 to 3 percenters. How did like Meghan Markle and her husband meet? I forgot his name. Well, imagine the elite having a social gathering, a party. Who's on their guest list? Who's on the guest list? Well, of course, it's those people that completed their whole process, that graduated into the area or the circle of high society, but they're just rookies. They're on the guest list. And now we're talking about since at least when this officially came up was in 1895. So this is 2020. So we're talking about 125 years of selecting candidates to become official members of high society. 125 years of graduates coming in from all over the world at these these Ivy League institutions that have been. Now you got to remember, you got to catch it. It's only specific institutions, very specific institutions, and one of them is connected with Henry Ford. That was good. I knew because remember, y'all know a couple of last year, sometime I was really, just intrigued with Henry Ford, always have been, and his social activities and influence and prestige and everything. And I found that Henry Ford was in the middle of everything. He's also in the middle of this here. He covers this region, Michigan. It's crazy. Michigan, Ohio, Chicago. These are major demographic areas that, again, the potential or these candidates for elitism come through. This is just one of the sectors. So it was something else I want to say. I want to go back to Lil Nas X because this video is getting long. Is Lil Nas X a sanctioned member of high society? I do believe the answer is no. Why? Because Lil Nas X, number one, he first lived with his mother, and I can't remember where was he. Lil Nas X was. I don't think this was the. He was born in. Where was he born at? God dang it! Outside of Atlanta. I know he's born outside of Atlanta in a small town. And after his mom and father divorced, he moved with his father. And for some time period, he lived in the projects. Based on what I have learned about Lil Nas' early life or his life period, that he has not been on that very specific path to becoming a sanctioned member of high society. He has not. It was in his stars, based on when I interpreted his birth chart, it was in his stars for him to reach fame and acclaim. He is a soul that incarnated into a physical vessel, and he was deeply wounded. And Lil Nas, like the rest of us humans, have the choice to do spiritual battle. He can choose to tend to his wounds and heal them, but his birth chart suggests that that's just not his interest. Again, because I stated it earlier, he just wants to feel, or is going to move to fill that void, that those emotional left by those emotional wounds with fame, wealth, and fortune, and different things like that. So that's his own spiritual journey. But there's nothing in his birth chart nor in his life, in the story of his life, that shows that he has followed the necessary path to becoming a socialite, official socialite. So the lover that he is in love with, this down low person, is that person a member of society, of high society? It is possible, but it's right now, I don't have enough evidence to find out if that person, that Lil Nas X, has had or is having an affair with is a part of high society. But I know that little Nas X is not, but he thinks that he is. Where Meghan Markle and Kamala Harris are two examples of people that have been born into this world and traveled a narrow path and successfully entered into high society. And they are not the only ones. I would, of course, have to take this a step further and look at each university, each one of these Ivy League universities, and look at what the alumni over the whole history of the university since 1895, and track every alumni that successfully completed their programs and officially graduated into high society in order to be able to expose or reveal other affluent members of high society. Why is this topic even important? It is because whether we are aware or not, whether either one of us are aware or not, our reality is being changed. And our reality is being changed in a way that is not beneficial to the masses, to the 65 percenters, to the sheeple. And it's being changed by what? Or by whom? By the members of high society. Hopefully that made some sense. Y'all let me know. Thank you for dropping by here to Can Angels Fly, Tarot, and more, and allowing me to talk about fitting into high society. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you like to support me and my work, you can feel free to cash at me. My cash name is $ Can Angels Fly Tarot. As mentioned, I am a tarot reader. If you're ever interested in ordering your own personal tarot reading, you can do so by contacting me by email. My email is canangelsfly1 @gmail.com. Until next time, bye.